Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be reacting to the game against Tottenham Hotspurs. If you are new around here, please like and subscribe to my channel so you can get notifications whenever I release new videos. Okay, so let's get into it. So for the first half, I think we have been very terrible, most especially Bellerin, Granit Xhaka, and Rob Holding. This team is just not good enough. I think this team is just not being coached well enough. You know, I'm getting to that point where it just has to be said that, you know, Mikel Arteta is not good enough to coach a team like Arsenal. You can see the problem in this team. Our attackers cannot make runs. They do not make runs. I should not say cannot make runs. But in the system that we are playing, you literally just see our attackers stagnant, rigid, not moving. And that has been very significant, you know, as to why we have been so terrible. You know, during that first half, you could see, you know, various plays where Thomas Partey would have the ball and is trying to see who we can pass to. Nobody is moving. And then you have players like Granit Xhaka that cannot do anything with the ball. He doesn't know how to tackle. He is not industrious. He is not creative. No vision. And people wonder why we are so terrible. When you have a player like Granit Xhaka that would not even start for Sheffield United, starting for Arsenal, this is the problem. And then you have Bellerin. Bellerin cannot take a throw-in. How many foul throw-ins has Bellerin had this season? This is embarrassing for a club the stature of Arsenal. Look at the first goal they scored. Rob Holding kept moving back and moving back. You're a defender, put in a tackle. Bellerin also did not help. Like, this team is just terrible. This team is coached terribly. And we have terrible players. I mean, I just don't know. I don't see a way back, obviously, with Thomas Partey, you know, getting injured right before the end of the first half. Terrible management. If Thomas Partey is not fit enough to play, why do you risk him? Now Thomas Partey has pretty much aggravated his injury and is going to be out for longer. Terrible management. I'm just going to say the truth. Mikel Arteta is out of his depth. He is not good enough for a team like Arsenal. Look at Lampard, for example. Before Lampard went to Chelsea, before he was given the job there, he played at Derby. Derby almost, you know, came back to the Premier League. They were in the playoffs. So he has a track record. Chelsea is not too big for him, as you can see. Yeah, they supported him in the transfer window. But he has a track record. Look at Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta has never ever coached a team in his life. You get him as a head coach from Manchester City, assisting Guardiola, and you expect him to be this miracle worker? It's apparent that this guy is just not good enough for Arsenal. But anyways, we're going into the second half now. I do not have any kind of belief that we would actually get back into this game. I do not see what Mikel Arteta would actually do going into the second half that would make us actually take and score. I'm very, very disappointed, but I will see you guys at the end of the game. Okay, what can I say? Just another disappointing weekend. Entire weekend ruined by Arsenal. So disappointed in every single one of those players except Gabriel and Tierney. I don't even want to get into dissecting how terrible Bellerin, Granit Xhaka were in this game, but I am just so disappointed. And to make it worse, I don't even know what we can actually do to fix up. You know, if you look at how Bellerin is playing, you look at how Aubameyang is playing. I don't even recognize Aubameyang anymore. Like, pretty much he has gotten his bag and there is no soul anymore. There is no effort anymore. He doesn't even try. He's just taking his time. He's not competing for balls anymore. He is not trying. Yeah, we are not creating chances, but Aubameyang is not even attempting to try. He's supposed to be our captain, and there is no fight from him. If you are a leader and you cannot lead your team, how do you expect your team to be motivated? Aubameyang is not captain material for this team. I don't even know where exactly to focus, with regards to this reaction. I don't know if it's about, Mikel Arteta being completely out of his depth. Completely. This guy brought in Nketiah and started playing him from the right. But you have Maitland-Niles that could pretty much have replaced Bellerin. Maitland-Niles that can attack better. You take out Bellerin and you put in Nketiah to play from the right. Are you kidding me? Are you telling me that Maitland-Niles would not be scratching his head thinking about what does he have to do to play ahead of Bellerin and even in our midfield? Because let's be honest, Maitland-Niles is more agile and is a much better player than Granit Xhaka. He's a much better player than Elneny. So if you're telling me that Maitland-Niles does not have any kind of position that he can play in our team, then there's a problem. There's a huge problem. I'm just so disappointed. I don't even know where to start. And I don't know what particular area to focus on right now. But I'm just gonna be honest and say there is nothing Mikel Arteta can tell me going forward that I will believe. He is not good enough. Mikel Arteta is not good enough to coach a team like Arsenal. That is a fact. That is a fact. When he came in and we won the FA Cup, it was just a temporary push. Every team knows the way we are playing now, and he doesn't have anything to counteract that. He is just not good enough. And he's going to start talking about it's a process, you inherited players, but I don't buy that. I'm sorry, I do not buy that. I don't buy it. Leicester City is a prime example. Aston Villa. These teams are not as big as Arsenal in terms of stature, but they play better. Southampton plays better football than Arsenal. Leicester City plays better football than Arsenal. Aston Villa, the same thing. Mikel Arteta is literally ruining this club. And I mean, yeah, he has not gotten enough backing. He has not signed enough players. We did not sign Usam Awar. But let's be honest. What are you saying with the way we are playing that can actually make you feel confident that with new players, we are actually going to be better? How is our midfielders getting the ball to our center attacking midfielder? There is no progression of the ball. So yeah, if we bring in someone like Zoboslai or we bring in Usam Awar, how is he even gonna get the ball? Because we are talking about Mikel Arteta needs players, but you have to at least see something. So it's either you're using Joe Willock in that number 10 role and you actually see that, okay, our midfielders are passing the ball to Joe Willock and he's creating, and we say that, okay, Joe Willock is not good enough, we bring in someone else that is better and then we will improve. But with the players we are having, we are not even seeing a glimpse of what we are trying to do. That is just a fact. So tell me how this is a process. We are number 15th. Number 15th in the Premier League. We have played 11 games. We have lost 6. 13th point. I mean, we have 13 points from 11 games. And you're telling me that Mikel Arteta would come again and tell me to trust the process? I'm sorry, but this is embarrassing. Mikel Arteta is not good enough for Arsenal. He is not good enough for Arsenal. If you have players like Thierry Henry playing in Montreal, you have players like Vieira playing in the French league. You have players that have to go and prove themselves before they can get, a shot at a big club. And you're telling me that Mikel Arteta is just going to say that, oh, because he was, he was coaching under Guardiola's guidance, he's going to come to Arsenal and be our own manager? Has he even earned that? Like, for real, has he earned that? I'm going to be honest. I know a lot of players were terrible today. Aubameyang, Bellerin, Holding, Granit Xhaka especially. But what I am taking away from this game is the simple fact that Mikel Arteta is not good enough for Arsenal. Mikel Arteta is not a top 6 manager. He is not good enough. And I do not even trust that if we bring in any attacking players, any attacking midfielders, we are actually going to improve. Because I do not see any blueprint. I do not see any plan. Mikel Arteta is not showing me that he has the capacity to coach a team as big as Arsenal. And that is a fact. That is a fact. His record is worse than Unai Emery. Oh, Unai Emery wasn't good enough, blah, blah, blah. Look at what Unai Emery is doing now in the Spanish league with Villarreal. So let's talk about it. Is Mikel Arteta really good enough for Arsenal? Are you telling me that Aubameyang, a striker that scored 22 goals last season, all of a sudden is just whack? No. He's just frustrated. No chance creation. The way we are playing, we cannot create chances. And then you're going to have Mikel Arteta talking about, oh, we had 34 crosses. That's a good sign. Look at the crosses we were making today. This is just terrible. This is not good enough. Mikel Arteta is not good enough for Arsenal. And you look at the coaches that he brought in to support him, to assist him. They are young, inexperienced coaches. One of them 22 or 23 years old. Mikel Arteta is just not good enough. And I am not the type of fan to turn on the manager, but I am afraid that if something is not done very soon, I pray we don't get to the point where it turns into a Leeds United, because we have a lot of big players on big wages and we are not performing to the level that we should be performing. The players that we have, in the squad and the amount of money that they are actually making versus where we are is not a good sign. Because I'm afraid that this club can actually liquidate. Because let's be honest, if you have Aubameyang on over £300,000 a week, you have Kolasinac on over £100,000, you have Ozil, you have all these players on very, very high wages, but the club is 15th on the table. What happened? Almost 5 years since we have been in the Champions League, but we have a Champions League with structure. How does that work? I have to be honest, this is not good enough. And the problem, not only just Mikel Arteta, the problem is also with our board. Kroenke. We decided that we do not want to pay for a very, very world-class good manager. That's why we took a chance. We took a chance and experimented on Mikel Arteta. Look at the type of coaches that wanted to come out and coach Arsenal. Mourinho was interested. Brendan Rodgers interested. But I'm sure that Kroenke and the Arsenal board did not want to pay to bring coaches like that. And that is why we went with the easy, cheap option, being Mikel Arteta. We pretty much rolled a dice, hoping that, oh yeah, it will figure it out. Well, he is not figuring it out. He is not figuring it out. Mikel Arteta is out of his depth. And do not tell me to trust the process, because there is no apparent process. Okay, so that was my reaction to today's game. Obviously, very, very disappointing, but that's what you get as an Arsenal fan. If you are new around here, please like and subscribe to my channel so you can get notifications whenever I release new videos. Until the next time, please stay safe and peace.